Yeah, believe in yourself. Who else gonna believe in you? Who else gonna believe in you? Who else gonna believe in you? Believe in yourself. Yeah. Who else gonna believe in you?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ball with P. I'm your boy P. Today we got the very first topic video of my channel today. If you haven't checked out my last video, man, go check that out. That was the actual introduction into my channel. I broke down what you're gonna get from me, what to expect. I let y'all know my teams, the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Falcons. Let you know I'm not here for any biased opinions on either one of my teams, but I won't just be talking about my two specific teams today. What we getting into today is we getting into the 2017 NBA offseason / free agency. Crazy, man. There's been some crazy stuff going on. I'm going to break all the biggest moves down for you today. This is probably the craziest free agency I can remember. Probably since, Durant jumped on the Warriors last year. That was crazy. Nobody saw that happening. But before that, man, I have to say 2010 was the craziest free agency that I can remember. When LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami, Chris Bosh followed him. Those were the two biggest moves. That was the biggest storyline of the summer, the whole LeBron Cleveland thing. But this year topped it all, man. This year definitely topped it all. All the transactions that happened. I don't think we ever seen a free agency like this. If we have, you tell me. Let me know. I'm missing something. I don't remember. And I got a pretty good memory, but I don't remember anything like this. And to be honest with you, keep it real with you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the NBA has gotten a whole lot better since that year. Since 2010, when LeBron went to Miami, I feel like the NBA has gotten more exciting every single season since that year. When LeBron went to Miami, we started seeing all these super teams form. Granted, we saw the 08 Boston team with the big three. That was the real first big three before, well, not the first one, but the big one before LeBron. Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and then we had the Miami big three. But I feel like ever since that LeBron move, we started seeing more and more super teams. NBA got a whole lot more excited ever since that year, man. And proof, the NBA is drawing more fans. The past 3 seasons, man, we've seen an increase in attendance. NBA has broken the attendance record for the past 3 years straight. It's gone up, and I bet you it'll be broken again this year because the NBA is drawing more fans. Because it's just getting more excited, man. It's great, man. It's been great. So I'm gonna jump right into it today. First big move of the offseason we're gonna talk about. I'm not going in any particular order. First one we're gonna talk about DWade. I saw this coming. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I saw this coming. I knew this was gonna happen. Like I said, I'm a Miami Heat fan. I wish to God Wade would have came back to Miami, but this was strictly a move for this man to win a championship. DWade with the Chicago Bulls last year, we all know he had 13 great seasons with the Miami Heat. Joins the Chicago Bulls, not the prettiest season. I think he got injured late in the year. The Bulls made the playoffs, but got knocked off in the first round. They were the 8th seed. As soon as the news started to break that DWade was the Chicago Bulls were going to buy out his contract, I 100% knew this man was going to Cleveland. I was just waiting for it to happen. Chicago buys out his contract. He signs a 1-year, $2.3 million vet minimum to join his boy LeBron and DWade back together. Wade's going to be starting at the 2. They got J.R. Smith coming off the bench. I saw that coming too. If you want to start J.R. over DWade, you're crazy. I'm sorry, but D-Wade is a 3-time champion. He brings that championship mentality to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, they already got a championship, most of them. Most of the guys were on the championship team when LeBron got them their first chip and Kyrie. If he would have came back to Miami, I mean, he would have been coming off the bench behind Dion Waiters. I don't think he wanted that. And Miami, you put DWade on our team right now, we're still not a championship team. He did the right thing, man. I'm not even mad at him. I like this move. I think it makes the Cavs a lot better. Like I said, this man's a 3-time champ, man. Adding any team getting D-Wade is gonna make your team better. Like I said, I like the move. I'm not mad at this man. I feel like maybe he'll come back next year after the year's over. It depends on what Cleveland does this year. We'll see. If they win a championship, hey, maybe Wade comes back to Miami and he retires as Heat. Because I feel like Wade's probably got 1 or 2 more years. 2 maybe at the most. But yeah, I like the move, man. So D-Wade, that's the first one. Second one we going to talk about, Chris Paul. He got traded from the Los Angeles Clippers to the Houston Rockets. in exchange for Pat Beverly, Lewis Williams, 5 other players. They got a future first-round pick, and they got some cash. I like the move, man. I like the move. It teams him up in the backcourt with James Harden. I think this backcourt is going to be top 2 in the league behind Golden State. Argue with me if I'm wrong. I feel like Chris Paul and James Harden, that's the best backcourt maybe in the league behind Klay Thompson and Steph Curry to me. And they now got a true point guard to complement the second-place MVP candidate, James Harden. I like the move for Houston. I think it took them into another tier as an elite team in the league. They saying he could be a rental. They saying Chris Paul could be a rental because he's going to be a free agent next year he's going to be a free agent. So we'll see what happens with that. But as far as the move, man, I like the move. Clippers family, I'm sorry it happened. I like the move for Houston. Like I said, I think those dudes gonna make some noise. We already see videos of them. Seen videos of them in the offseason, playing together, getting a little cohesiveness for the season starts. I like it, man. I like it. Next one we're gonna talk about this one. This one surprised me. Kyrie Irving and Isaiah Thomas. They got traded for one another. It's messed up for IT, man. Messed up for that dude Isaiah Thomas, point guard for the Boston Celtics. Man, we saw what happened in the playoffs last year. Isaiah Thomas' sister passed away. This man played a playoff game the next day. The very next day. This man jumped on the court and balled. Played his heart out until he got injured in that series versus the Cavs. But this was a huge surprise for me, man. Kyrie requesting a trade. My words getting all jumbled. Kyrie requested a trade in offseason. That caught everybody by surprise. I don't know if you guys seen the whole ESPN First Take thing where they had Kyrie on there with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. And they kept trying to ask Kyrie, if it was a situation that happened with LeBron that had him request this trade. And if you ask me, it was. I feel like something happened. I don't know what happened. I can just tell by Kyrie's body language. Max Kellerman was asking him questions he kept asking him about LeBron. Kyrie was like, what'd he say? Man, just be a man and don't even worry about it. Just don't even worry about it. Stop asking me that. It don't even matter. He was just being real. I don't know. And then what'd he say? Stephen A. asked him, do you care about that at all? I mean, you didn't say nothing to LeBron. Do you care what he thinks about you for not saying? He's like, no. Man, Kyrie, you tripping. I'm sorry, but you tripping. I understand he's a grown man. He feel like he didn't have to say anything to LeBron about requesting to be traded, but he didn't have to act like that.
Let me go someplace else. Did you speak to LeBron James or talk to LeBron James before you and your representatives met with ownership and let them know that you wanted out?
No.
Why not?
Why would I have to?
I'm not saying, no. I'm not implying that you have to at all.
Yeah.
But he's the best player in the world. He's a superstar. He's considered the leader of the team. Your teammate, who you speak glowingly and very highly about. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to play there anymore, even though it was a personal decision, chances are, if you don't speak to somebody about it, they might take it personally.
Yeah.
Do you care about that at all?
No.
It's his future, his life.
I feel like something happened, and I feel like he just gave it away by his body language. Danny Ainge, GM for the Boston Celtics, he jumped right on it. He traded probably his best player, Isaiah Thomas, for Kyrie Irving. I don't know what to think of it, but I feel like if you ask me who got the better end of the deal, I feel like Boston. I feel like Boston got the better end of the deal because they got a championship point guard in Kyrie Irving, a clutch performer. We seen what he did in the NBA Finals versus Golden State. He got him a ring. I feel like he may be in Boston for a little while. I really do. I feel like he's going to be in Boston for a little while. They got their whole rebuilding thing they're doing. Gordon Hayward, that's another addition. Gordon Hayward, he was actually traded there before Kyrie, so we thought it was going to be Gordon Hayward and Isaiah Thomas. No, it didn't happen that way. Isaiah got traded, like I said, and I like the Gordon Hayward and Kyrie tandem. I think it was a real good move for Boston. Will it be enough to stop Cleveland though? That's the big question. Will it be enough to stop Cleveland? I like the Boston Celtics squad too. Kyrie, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown at the shooting guard. They got the draft pick. What's his name? I can't think of the draft pick's name. Forgive me. But I like him too. I feel like Boston's got a pretty good squad. I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop Cleveland. Jason Tatum, that's his name. Jason just hit me. Jason Tatum. They got the draft pick, Jason Tatum. We'll see what he does. But that trade definitely hit me by surprise. Gordon Hayward, he signed a 4-year. What does I got? $128 million they gave Gordon Hayward. So we'll see what Boston does, man. The next one we're going to talk about, Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, both going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Paul George got traded in July for Victor Oladipo and Sabonis. I feel like this was a horrible trade for Indiana because they didn't really get anything back. OKC gets Indiana's franchise player. He's coming off career highs. Paul George, he's coming off career highs in points per game, field goal percentage, and free throw percentage. To accompany MVP Russell Westbrook, that's my guy. I really rock with Russell Westbrook, man. That's my guy. My favorite player in the league, hands down. I love the move. Paul George jumped on the team. I love the move. I love the trade for OKC. And then just when everybody thought that Carmelo Anthony was going to Houston, September comes around and he gets traded from the Knicks to the Thunder. That definitely caught me off guard. I did not think he was going to go to the Thunder. I really thought all the reports of him going to Houston were going to happen. So he gets traded. The 10-time All-Star Carmelo Anthony from the Knicks. They get Enes Kanter and Doug McDermott in return. I like Enes Kanter too. I feel like Enes Kanter. I don't know if I would have gave him up, but hey, you get Carmelo, 10-time All-Star. Like I said, Carmelo he's never played with two high-powered superstars before. But what would they do? I'll let y'all know in my next video, my prediction video, what the OKC Thunder would do. Other moves around the league, man. We got Paul Millsap from the Atlanta Hawks. He goes to the Denver Nuggets. He signs a 3-year, $90 million deal. George Hill, point guard for the Utah Jazz last year. He goes to Sacramento on a 3-year, $57 million deal. Jeff Teague, point guard, for the Indiana Pacers. He's going to Minnesota on a 3-year, $57 million deal, same as George Hill. Danilo Gallinari, I like Gallinari. I feel like he's an underrated player. Small forward for the Denver Nuggets last year. He's going to the Clippers on a 3-year, $65 million deal. Boy, these boys get paid. These boys is getting paid. I should have played basketball. Basketball should have been my number one sport. Football was my number one sport for a long time, but these boys in the NBA, they getting paid, boy. JJ Redick, he goes from the Clippers. He's going to Philadelphia. I like that move for Philly. He signed a 1-year, $23 million deal. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he went from Detroit to LA. Derrick Rose, he goes from the Knicks to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tim Hardaway Jr., he goes to from the Hawks to the Knicks. Taj Gibson, he goes from the Thunder to the Minnesota Timberwolves, So many moves, man. So many moves. You see how long I was just talking about all the extra moves? Right after we started talking about Kyrie, it's crazy, man. Crazy. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. Big question. Did anybody make a move to match Golden State? That's the question. And I'm going to answer for you right now. Hell no. Ain't nobody match Golden State. Nobody made... Cleveland, they made some moves. No. Nobody made any power moves to match the Golden State Warriors. Golden State got too much firepower, man. Winners or losers from the 2017 offseason. The losers, I would have to say, I hate to say it, was my Miami Heat. We missed out on Gordon Hayward early. We were in the sweepstakes to get Gordon Hayward. Boston locked him up. Then Kyrie, he requests to get traded. He puts us on the list as a team that he would go to. We don't get Kyrie. He go to Boston too. DWade, he opts out. He don't come back to Miami. He goes to Cleveland. I feel like we were the biggest losers in the 2017 offseason. I hate to say it. That's my squad. I still ride with him. I love y'all. Pat Riley, you got to do something next year, man. You definitely got to do something. Next year's free agency, though. Let me tell y'all who we got coming in next year's free agency. Next year's free agent, like I said earlier, Chris Paul, he's going to be a free agent next year. Does him and LeBron too? LeBron James going to be big free agent next year. That's going to be the biggest one right there. Is LeBron going to LA? Where's he going? But I bring up LeBron because of Chris Paul. Is LeBron and Chris Paul the whole banana boat tandem? DWade signed a 1-year deal. LeBron's gonna be a free agent. Chris Paul gonna be a free agent. I don't know. Carmelo's whole. I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a free agent next year. I don't know when his. He got traded, but I don't know when his contract expires. That OKC took over. But it's the banana boat, the whole banana boat squad. Are they finna come together next year? Who knows? Kevin Durant, he's gonna be a free agent next year. Paul George, is he going to LA? He had LA on his list. He told Indiana Pacers that, hey, I mean, I'm here this year, but next year I'm going to LA. They traded him to OKC. They did the smart thing. They traded Paul George because they didn't want him to leave and get nothing in return like Cleveland did with LeBron in 2010. DeMarcus Cousins, he's going to be a free agent next year. I feel like next year's free agency going to be just as big as this year, depending on if some of these high-power superstars do make some moves and go elsewhere. But it's going to be exciting, man. But that wraps up this episode, man. Been a crazy offseason, man. I cannot wait to see what happens. So crazy that NBA opened tonight. Celtics in Cleveland, you know, with the whole Isaiah Thomas, Kyrie trade. Crazy that that's the open tonight game. They're reporting that Isaiah Thomas might not even play. That's what I'm seeing, that he's got a hip injury. He might not even return until December. But I feel like it's going to be an exciting game regardless. They'll put Derrick Rose out there. If Isaiah Thomas don't play, it's still going to be an exciting game. I can't wait to see it. As always, man, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @ballwithp. And I'll see y'all next time, man. It's your boy P. I'm out.
I'm good, like Ye. I'm good, like Sean and Push. I'm good,